Picasso and Rembrandt. You know, not like a kid that does, that just does junk on a wall. You know, that's not what it is at this level. Not at the highest level. That's not what it is. It's a subculture. Well, I just think the dynamics of it are really intense, especially when you see work that's large-scale work lends itself better to this art form. The main thing I think is that this is an art form dominated by young people, and young people's tastes in art differ from what would be, I guess, a conventional art critic's taste.
I like this. This looks original. He's got, he uses a lot of robot stuff, which I think has been done a lot, but the way he does it is really nice. And the whole piece, I like it. It's cool. I like it a lot. Yeah, it's uses of the metal and like trying to make it look airbrushed. That's kind of a lot similar to a lot of stuff that we do back home. It's not just a wall. He's trying to take you into another dimension. Well, I started out in high school. My background in Los Angeles is a tough city, and in high school a lot of kids are rebellious. I know I was rebellious. It was a way to destroy the high school a lot, and also it was a respectable way to destroy the high school. It was something special. It wasn't just breaking windows or something like normal. So it was mainly a form of rebellion, and also, I don't know, I guess a passion, because once you do it, you're hooked. Yeah, I want to paint. I want to burn,
Excellent, because they're from all over the world, This is what Bridlington wants. It brings the right type of people as well. These people you see sitting on the frontier, they're the youth.
The original concept of the piece, we're going to do like these warped out characters like after, nuclear destruction. Because of the size of the board, I had to cut out a whole character though. I wanted to do like 2 more characters on this side, but so restricted us to this 20 by 6. It's hard to do anything we want, We'll see what happens.
It's still early yet, It hasn't really taken shape yet, Everybody seems to be working through that.
Okay, right, straight to the winners of the Bridlington International Street Art Competition for 1989. In the individual section, 3rd place went to Mr. Miles Carter, otherwise known as Mayo.
I'd just like to thank Bridlington and everybody that was here for giving me this opportunity to paint. Thanks.
The 2nd place from Nottingham, Popsy. And we come to the individual section, 1st place, and the winner is from New York City, now resident in Paris, John Wan.
really important because I worked so hard for it, you know. So now I could go back to Paris and pay my phone and pay my electricity, buy some food and eat, you know. I'm really happy because it got really, really good, you know. It's like, it's one of my best.
Okay, right, straight to the winners of the Bridlington International Street Art Competition for 1989. From Los Angeles, California, Silk and Whiskey.
It's always a surprise, you know. I really wanted to win, but it's always a surprise. Until it happens, it doesn't seem real. You know, before the competition, I was pretty convinced. You know, I was looking at stuff and I really thought we had a good chance. And during the competition, you get the butterflies and you start thinking, what if I win? What if I mess up? And it really wasn't going good for me in the beginning. I was messing up a lot. But I just stuck with it and it came through and I'm really happy. Hopefully by us winning this, we're taking this, like the crown back to LA for a while, and then we'll get more enthusiasm, and maybe this will be like a worldwide event in a couple of years, you know, like an Olympic event or something, you know, that would be cool.
Which the experts say is worthy of proper recognition.
Well, I'm most noted for Los Angeles for my shading and stuff in my characters. I try and take simple colors that work, you know, with Krylon and stuff, and try and get as much as I can out of each color, you know, to make it look kind of like airbrush, but it's all done freehand and spray paint. To other graffiti artists, it's easy to read, but to the public, it's not as easy, but that's the whole thing behind aerosol art, is originality and style.
The organisers say Street 89 is the only festival of its kind in Britain, so the borough of Bridlington's been warned. The street artists are on their way.
You'll get used to it after a while. I hope this makes you very happy. 1, 2, 3, go ahead. Make my day.
Well, I don't like the word graffiti because it doesn't accurately describe what we do. That word is based on our art form by the media, and it doesn't describe just, you know, how much talent it takes to do what we do.
We started riding on trains because here we are living in the South Bronx and it's all dilapidated, you know. We had nowhere else to paint, you know. Someone got the idea of let's put our names on that train, and it kind of became like a voice from us, a voice of the ghetto.
It's like a traveling canvas. It's like great artists painted on canvases.
Yeah,
they want to express their art. But we have a certain kind of canvas. We have a canvas that no matter what, it's going to travel around, and people, I'll do my piece in the Bronx somewhere, and it'll travel through Manhattan, and people see it in Manhattan. It'll travel through Brooklyn, and people see it in Brooklyn.
And it became like my newspaper, you know, telling people, hey man, here I am, you know, kid in the South Bronx, man, living in hell. It was wrong at the time, but I got a good feeling out of doing that.
The public will look at our art, and they're like, half of them would like it because of the colors. We bring life to the trains. Instead of a dull gray train, you're seeing colors there. It's like bringing, you know, new colors into your life, you know? There were some who would just put it down. They would condemn it without even looking at it, without even giving it a fair look. So that gave, you know, our art a bad name altogether. That's what gave it the name graffiti.
The first graffiti artists, they started with just writing their names, as you would write it, you know, with a pen on a paper, just your name. And what they would do is just fatten up the lettering, you know, a few times. That's how it all started. That was the first wave. The second wave, they started adding on more things to the fat lettering. They would add another color around it, so, you know, like accent it. Then us as the third wave, now we like add more dimension and depth to it. You know, now we know how to use color schemes, and more or less we can liven up pieces.
How did I get my name? I got my name. See, when I was a little kid, I was a big little kid, you know, so they called me Big T, right? And since I was a little kid, they used to call me